Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fate Stay Night. And in the last episode, Shiro defeated Berserker, but we can't relax yet because Saber Alter is still on the loose. So anyway, let's continue. I resume breathing. My left arm burns and I ache all over. Snakes with electricity are in my body, wriggling around like mad. I can't stay standing. Quickly. I have to quickly cover my left arm with the cloth and escape this pain, or the time limit will come. But I can't do that, so pressing my left arm and resting. There she is. Comes after defeating her.
Saber.
I endure my pain and stare at her, so I won't lose spirit. Maybe she's been following Berserker all along. She slowly comes closer to me as if resuming the giant's task. 7 meters. Saber stops once I am within range. We face each other straight on. I'll be killed. After my fight with Berserker, I can't move anymore. I'll be cut in two without being able to fight back. No. Even if I were in perfect shape, I wouldn't be able to beat Saber. I can't project anything stronger than her Noble Phantasm, so there's no competition. To beat Saber, I need an appropriate user to use his Noble Phantasm that equals her Noble Phantasm. There's a contradiction already. Saber's Noble Phantasm is the strongest. There may be heroic spirits whose Noble Phantasms exceed hers, but there are no such people in this Holy Grail war. If anything can beat Saber, it will be her own sword. Therefore, a contradiction. Saber is the strongest servant in battle. Sakura did have an extraordinary amount of magical energy. But even Sakura wouldn't be able to defeat Saber. Saber is literally invincible now that she is released from me and has a great source of magical energy.
無駄なことを。あなたでは桜は救えないと忠告した結果がそれか。
There's no emotion in her voice. That's the signal. She mercilessly comes to take my life. So what? I can't be killed here. I can't lose, even against Saber. I may not be able to beat her, but I should be able to escape with Ilya.
だが幸運だな。自滅する者に関わっている場合ではなくなった。桜が私を呼んでいる。
Saber turns around and walks off.
いや、運ではなく、自らの手で勝ち取った成果か。あなたはバーサーカーを倒した。その決意がこの結果を引き寄せたのだから。
Saber leaves without turning around. I can't call out to her. She's my enemy. No matter the reason, I'll thankfully accept the fact that she spared my life. I'm covered in wounds, leaving me nothing to spare. I stifle my pain and turn my back to Saber. I have to leave the forest with Ilya. Saber is not my only enemy. Even if I do separate Sakura from the shadow, Zoken will get in our way. But Kirei killed him. I know what happened and what's going to happen to my body. I can project 3 more times at most. No, even projecting once is dangerous if I don't want any physical defects. I can't fight Zoken and Assassin in this condition. There will be no point if my body explodes after I beat them. Then I should keep my last projection to keep my promise with Tosaka. Then there's still hope, even after I die.
Shiro.
I hear Ilya's voice from somewhere.
ああ、今は少しでも早く森を出よう。セイバーの。いや、桜の気が変わったら今度こそ逃げきれない。
I can't see Ilya. My heart's thumping loudly, jumping around inside my skull. Inside your skull? That's not where the heart is. Interlude 15:4. Purification by the holy word. The priest's exorcism disperses Matozoken's spiritual body. Only 2 figures remain. One is Kotomine Kirei, leaning against the wall with wounds all over his body, his cloak red with blood. The other is the masked assassin bound to a tree by the black keys.
完全に魔術師殿を消したな。 代行者。あれが虫の集まりだと知っていたのか。
He turns to the voice. Assassin is no longer there. The only things on the tree are the black keys and a small trace of blood.
あれとは長い付き合いでな。虫を触媒にしてこちらに干渉する霊体だと知っていた。故に肉体をちぎったところで効果はない。殺すのなら跡形もなく肉体をすりつぶすか。
貴様のように霊体そのものに攻撃するか。なるほど。人間にしては強いくくりでとどまっていた魔術師殿だが、経典による聖言には弱かろう。悪霊払いとはよく言ったものだ。魔頭造剣にとって貴様は天敵だったということか。
The priest doesn't answer, but checks on his wounded body. The bleeding has stopped. He's out of weapons, but he suffered no fatal wounds, and his strength should return once he rests for a few minutes.
それでどうするのだ、アサシン。お前のマスターは消えた。魔力提供がなくなったお前ならば、私の聖言でも十分に通用するが。
だろうな。この体はじき消える。新しいマスターを得なければ、この森に漂う浮遊霊と大差はない。この身は一日を待たず下級霊に落ち、この世から消えるだろう。
そうだ。マスターのいないサーバントであらば、私でも傷は与えられる。それでどうなのだ。主の敵討ちをするか、アサシン。
それほど推挙ではない。魔術師殿は慢心によって敗北した。私の落ち度とは思えぬ。思えぬが、合点のいかぬことがある。それを聞かねば収まりがつかん。
ザバーニーヤの不成功か。シャイタンより譲り受けた腕と見たが、ザバーニーヤの名を冠する以上、私に効き目はない。
Who's Shaitan?
それは人を罰する者ゆえ、同種の存在を呪えるものではない。すでに人のものではない私の心臓は、呪いにはめっぽう強いのだ。
やはり貴様の心臓はあの娘と同じだった。貴様、すでに汚染されていたな。
The priest doesn't answer. He merely smiles
だ
ironically.
が、だとしてもなぜ知っていた。貴様の行動は私の腕が効かないと知っていなければできぬことだ。貴様は初めから私に宝具を使わせるつもりでいたな。
そうだな。お前の腕は知っていたぞ、アサシン。対象の心臓と全く同じ偶像を作り、反響存在とすることで、実像の心臓とすり替える呪いの腕。私のサーバントは、その腕によって破れたのだ。
では、
ああ、見ていたとも。奴が生き絶える瞬間までな。知っていたのは当然だろう。ランサーを倒した時点で、お前の失態は決まっていた。
確かに、これは失態だ。
Assassin to Toots and self-deprecation. His hostility disappears at the same time. He must be satisfied with the answer as he quickly retreats.
次の契約者を探しに行ったか。大方、次の雇用主はマトサクラといったところだが。
That's not a problem for the priest. It's fine as long as Mato Zoken doesn't kill Mato Sakura. Zoken's wish is immortality. He can achieve his wish by having Sakura's body turn into the Holy Grail. The curse in the Holy Grail will not hatch if the old man is alive. It's meaningless if Sakura becomes his tool. She needs to remain a master, because...
そう、お前には永遠にない。主は生まれながら欠落しておる。
He gets dizzy. It must be because of the fatigue and loss of blood. The priest leans against the wall and closes his eyes. It all happened 10 years ago. Defective from birth, the man did everything he could after accepting the fact. He couldn't understand morals, but had common sense, so his teenage years were spent trying to overcome his defect. But it never happened. The man's purgatories and sufferings were entirely useless, and his final attempt was a woman. It's a simple story. Every human wishes to love one of the opposite sex, have a family, and die peacefully. Even if one may detest the peace, one can only dream about it. This man is no exception. He wished for such a thing even though he felt no fascination in it. He loved a woman trying to earn ordinary happiness. The man chose a woman with no future. She was terminally ill, only expected to live for a few years. Did he choose her because of that, or was that his only choice? He still doesn't know. Their life together lasted for about 2 years. The man tried to love the woman. The woman tried to love the man, did love him, and even had his child. But the result didn't change. It was because the man derived his happiness from the woman's suffering and his child's despair. The more he tried to love, the more their suffering saved him. The contradiction didn't make the man suffer. He doesn't even know if he suffered. But the more the woman tried to cure him, the more he wanted to see her grieve. The woman was a saint. She was sickly, but she was still a saint for him. It need not be said how faithful she was or how deeply she understood his anger. That's why the man was in despair. No human will ever understand him and try to heal him to her degree, and this woman still could not fill the void within him. Then there was no need to live and question right and wrong. He was born defective. His birth was some kind of mistake. He concluded that if his existence was a mistake, it was best to disappear, and he went to bid goodbye to the woman before he died. He made her his wife as an experiment, so it's his natural duty to go tell her of his end. The woman loved Kotomina. Kotomina tried to love the woman. That's all there is to this story. The end came relatively quickly.
私にはお前を愛せなかった。
That's all the man said in the room made of stone. The dying woman smiled. She was unable to stand up because her body was now composed of just skin and bone.
いいえ。あなたは私を愛しています。
With a smile, she took her own life. There was no way to stop her, and stopping her was meaningless. The woman had a fatal disease. She would eventually die. He knew that when he chose her. The woman, covered in blood, looked up at the man and smiled.
ほら、あなた、泣いているもの。
He wasn't crying, of course. It's just that the woman saw it that way. The woman used her death to prove to him that he could love, and that he deserved to live. The man silently left the room and broke away from the teachings of God. Yes, he certainly felt sad, but not because she died. The man at that time thought,
なんということだ。どうせ死ぬのなら私が手を下したかった。
he grieved over losing the chance to enjoy her death. It happened long ago. He can't remember her voice or her face, but sometimes he thinks,
私が手を下したかった。
is that for his pleasure, or is it grief over wanting to kill the one he loved with his own hands? He cuts off his thought process whenever the answer flickers in his head. It's something that should be hidden forever. The woman's death was meaningless. Her devotion couldn't change him. But the man didn't want to consider her death to be worthless. So he stopped searching for answers. It all happened long ago. The memory of the man who feeds on others' misfortunes. The man later meets his nemesis, Emiya Kiritsugu, a magus that cast away what the man might have wanted. He opens his eyes. It seems he fell asleep. He checks his condition, starts to walk to catch up to Emiya Shido, and
いいえ。どこにも行けない。だって、あなたはここで死ぬんだもの。
oh crap, is interrupted by a girl. What? She has completely changed. She sure has. Her black outfit is her shadow. She's covering her body with her own dark magical energy. The amount and the presence of her magical energy is beyond human capabilities. She is at the same level as pure heroic spirits, the Counter Guardians.
完全に汚染されたな、的をさくら。体だけではない。精神まであの呪いに同調しなければ、そこまでの変貌はない。認めたな。自分が怪物なのだと。
Even though the priest wished for it, he still criticizes the girl, as if to blame her for being intoxicated with her power.
そう。自分の力に酔うのはいけませんか。けど、きっと仕方のないことなんですよ。もっとみんなが優しかったら、私だってもう少しぐらい我慢したと思うんです。
ほう。我慢とは何をかな。
自分をですよ。神父さん、こうなってやっと認められました。私、この世界が嫌いなんです。私を捨てた遠坂の家。私とは何もかも違う。何不自由なく生きてきた姉さん。怖いおじい様とかわいそうな兄さん。私の痛みも知らず平穏に過ごす街並み。そういうのが今はすごく許せないんです。これが八つ当たりだって理解しています。けど悪いことだって分かっていても思ってしまうんです。そう、今まで私を助けてくれなかった全てに私を思い知らせてあげたらどんな顔をするのかって。
The girl smiles as if it's a sacred pleasure. The priest doesn't change his expression. He keeps staring at the girl as if regarding something foul.
変わったな、的をさくら。なるほど。その闇も適合するための素質だったというわけか。
ええ、変わりました。私は今までの的尾さくらじゃない。あんな弱い子はもういないの。そう、今までみんな私を苦しめてきたんだもの。その仕返しに私がみんなを苦しめてあげるだけ。ただ耐えているだけの私はとっくに消えたわ。
She laughs. Double personality. The original Mato Sakura disappeared, and the other personality surfaced. That's the only logical reason for her change. But
何を言う。隠す必要などないぞ、的をさくら。
the priest quickly denies it.
何をですか。
隠す必要などないと言った。お前は別人格などではない。泥に飲まれ暴力に酔うお前もまた的尾さくらだ。異なる人格を用意し、的尾さくらは悪くないなどと言い訳をする必要はない。
Her face stiffens. He is absolutely right. The girl grits her teeth and glares back at the priest.
何を。あなたが私を殺したくせに。
He's the one? The girl's shadow reacts to her hateful voice. A blazing infringement. The shadow covers the ground in an instant.
否定はせん。私がお前を生かしたのはあれのマスターを続けさせるためだ。
Oh, so that's what she
その
meant.
期待に応え、お前は見事アベンジャーを誕生させようとしている。私ではできなかったことをお前は難なくやってのけたのだ。
難なくなんかじゃない。私がどれだけ苦しかったのか、今もどれだけ苦しいのか知りもしないで。
知らんし知る必要もない。小娘の恨み事を聞くほど酔狂ではないのでな。
そうですね。私も知ってほしいなんて思わない。そんな簡単に同情なんてされてやらない。私はこれから一方的に思い知らせる立場なんですから。
She smiles cruelly. The priest retreats without any hesitation. He quickly backs away, like when he captured Mato Zoken. The priest retreats with one jump. She may have vast magical energy, but she is still inexperienced. She has no experience with battle, and she is unskilled as a magus. It's easy for him to retreat.
バカな人。逃げられると思うの。
She smiles. The priest falls to the ground at that instant. He rolls down. He falls to the ground, coughing up blood. It doesn't stop. He can't stop coughing up blood. Every time he tries to breathe, it wells up in his throat.
どうですか？心臓をわしづかみにされた感想は。どこにいようと、あなたの命は私の手の上なんですよ。神父さん、あなたはもう10年前に死んでいた。エミやキリズクに心臓を撃ち抜かれて死んだんです。それでも生きてこれた理由はただ一つ。あなたは誰だったかな。この前食べたサーバントさんなんですけど、まあ名前なんていいですよね。
I guess she's talking about Gilgamesh, huh?
あの金色の人が聖杯の中身を浴びて、まずあれとつながった。けどあの人は汚染できなくて、あれはマスターであるあなたに流れていったんですよね。そうしてあなたは蘇生したアベンジャー。アンリ眉から魔力を供給されることで一命を取り留めたんです。
そうか。では今のは。
はい。あなたはアンリ眉とつながっている。けどアンリ眉はもう私でしょ。だから潰してあげたんです。今まであなたを生かしていたかりそめの心臓を壊しました。お望みなら中身を全部潰してあげましょうか。私の手はあなたがどこにいようとその中身を引きずり出せるんですから。
She raises her hand. How can she say if you want? The girl has no intention of keeping him alive. No matter how much she may beg for his life, she'll laugh as she kills him. He'll give her back his fake life. Because it's hers. Even if it's just a speck next to her total magical energy, there is no reason for her to let the priest keep it.
さよなら。私を生かしてくれたことだけは感謝しますね。
She grasps her slender fingers together as if to twist apart an invisible doll. A crushing sound. The priest's body is squeezed like a rag. One more twist. The priest will die in the next second. But right before that... the girl doubles over in pain. She coughs up blood. She scratches the ground as if begging for help. The shadow expands. What happened? The shadow on her body expands, then slowly shrinks back to the original size. There is no other explanation. Berserker was defeated. He died, dissolved into pure magical energy, and was consumed by her, the Holy Grail. Her mind distorts. The personality called Mato Sakura is pushed even further into a corner now. She can't move any farther, but the great soul pushes her against the wall. She'll disappear. She'll disappear. Mato Sakura will disappear. She thinks of killing the priest, looks up, and is annoyed by her failure to follow through.
おいてもすぐ死ぬ。
Oh, so he escaped somehow? There is no one at the ruin. On the ground where Kotomi Kirei lay is his blood-soaked outfit. Interlude out. The status screen is updated. We reached the forest's edge faster than I expected. Next time on Fate Stay Night. Status menu? No. Okay, then thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.